हॅलो स्टुडंट्स. लास्ट लेक्चरमध्ये आपण ऑस्मॉटिक प्रेशर ही चौथी कोलिगेटिव्ह प्रॉपर्टी स्टडी केली. टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी द मॅथमॅटिकल आस्पेक्ट of the osmotic pressure with the concentration of the solution. There is one relation between the osmotic pressure and concentration of the solution, and that relation is given in our textbook as phi is equal to N2 RT upon V. That means here from this relation we can say that here N2 is nothing but the number of moles of solute and V is the volume of the solution. And number of moles upon volume, that means the number of moles upon volume, that means concentration. Here N2 upon V is nothing but the concentration in terms of molarity. In terms of molarity. And if this concentration is taken in terms of molarity, that's why we can take this term as a m, and so that we can write phi is equal to mRT. Phi is equal to mRT, and that is the relationship between osmotic pressure and concentration of the solution, or concentration in terms of molarity of the solution. Here keep in your mind, m is nothing but the molarity, pi is nothing but the osmotic pressure, N2 is the number of moles of solute, and V is the volume R universal constant, and T taken as temperature. Now, no doubt this relation is already given in our textbook, but why pi is inversely proportional to V, pi is directly proportional to N2, that is the number of moles of solute? What is the reason behind that? To study that reason, there is need to study one another explanation regarding the osmotic pressure and the concentration of the solution. There are certain laws which was given by the want of which was related to the gaseous laws, and those laws are considered as the want of Boyle's law, want of Charles' law, want of Avogadro's law. As we know, in case of gaseous laws, according to Boyle's law, we are going to write P is inversely V. Here, with replace of P, here is solution, there is no gas. That's why we are going to replace P with pi, and that's why the law becomes pi is inversely V. This was the Boyle's law. Next, there was another one law which was V is directly T. V is directly T. Here we are going to consider V in terms of osmotic pressure, and we are going to place pi instead of V, and V pi is also directly proportional to T. Pi is directly proportional to T. Then third, there was one law, V is directly proportional to N. Volume is directly proportional to number of moles. And as number of moles increases, number of particle also increases. Number of particle increases means colligative property also increases, that is pi increases. And that's why pi is directly N, and N is nothing but the number of moles of solute. From equation 1, 2 and 3, we can put a combined equation, that is pi is directly proportional to N to T and inversely proportional to V. Suppose this proportionality sign get cancelled, then this equation will become pi is equal to, proportionality constant is R, N to T upon V. That means equation will become pi is equal to N to RT upon V. So keep in your mind, because it is also important regarding your NEET, CET and JEE syllabus. This is called as want of Boyle's law. This is called as want of Charles law, and this is called as want of Avogadro's law. At constant temperature and volume, osmotic pressure is directly proportional to number of moles of solute. At constant volume or constant concentration, osmotic pressure is directly proportional to temperature, and at constant temperature, osmotic pressure is inversely proportional to V. That is called as want of Boyle's law. Here, one another thing we can add. Suppose this 1 stand for the N2, that is the number of moles. That's why this equation will become directly proportional to N2 upon V. But N2 is number of moles of solute, V is the volume of the solution, number of moles upon volume becomes C, and that's why equation becomes pi is directly C. But this concentration, C is nothing but the concentration, but C is in terms of number of moles per unit volume, and number of moles per unit volume stands for the molarity. That's why this equation becomes pi is directly m, and so that we can write this equation as pi is equal to mRT. Pi is equal to mRT. So keep this equation in your mind, because it is very important equation for our mathematical study regarding chemistry, regarding your NEET, JEE and CET syllabus. This is the relationship between osmotic pressure and concentration of the solution. Now there is another relation, and that relation is how to calculate the molar mass of the non-volatile solute using osmotic pressure. And for this we can take title as determination of molar mass. Determination of molar mass of non-volatile solute. That is M2 using osmotic pressure. Using osmotic pressure. How to calculate the molar mass of the non-volatile solute using osmotic pressure? And for that there is also one mathematical expression, and that is nothing but the relationship between molar mass of the non-volatile solute and osmotic pressure. As we have one relation, that is we have already studied that equation, pi is equal to N2 RT upon V. Pi is equal to N2 RT upon V, where N2 means N2 stands for the number of moles of solute, and N2 is nothing but the given mass of solute upon molar mass of solute, where W2 is given mass of solute and M2 is the molar mass of solute. So that this equation will become pi is equal to, for N2 there is W2 upon M2, RT remains as it is upon V, and from this we can write it as M2 is equal to W2 RT upon pi V, and this is nothing but the determination of a molar mass of the non-volatile solute using osmotic pressure. Here we can calculate M2 using osmotic pressure, volume, W2 that is the given mass of the non-volatile solute, R is the universal constant and T is the temperature. From this equation we can easily determine the molar mass, and that is also the relationship between molar mass and osmotic pressure. This equation is also very important regarding your board, NEET and CET, JEE studies. So keep both the equation in your mind First equation is pi is equal to n2 RT upon V, and the second equation is m2 is equal to W2 RT upon pi V, where m2, that is molar mass of solute, R universal constant, T is temperature, pi is osmotic pressure, and V is the volume of the solution. This is about the mathematical expressions related to osmotic pressure and concentration of the solution or molar mass of the non-volatile solute present in a solution. Now, there is also one theoretical concept related to the colligative properties in terms of electrolytic solution. Here we are going to add non-volatile solute. Suppose there is volatile solute, or suppose there is electrolytic solution, means electrolyte is added to the pure solvent, that is electrolytic solution. There is one basic difference between the colligative properties of the electrolytic solution and non-electrolytic solution. For that, we have to understand what is meant by electrolyte and what is meant by non-electrolyte. Electrolytes are the chemical substances which can easily dissociate into its ions or into its subparticles. But in case of non-electrolytes, they cannot be easily dissociated. They cannot be dissociated, and that means they are the non-electrolytes. So that in case of electrolytes, what happens when electrolyte is dissolved in a particular solvent, it get easily dissociated or complete dissociation. Most of the time there is complete dissociation in case of strong electrolytes. In weak electrolytes there is partial dissociation, no doubt, but there is also dissociation. And due to dissociation, what happens, there is increase in a number of particles, and due to increase in a number of particles, there is increase in a colligative property, because colligative property is the physical property which depends on number of solvent, number of solute particle, as number of solute particle increases, there is increase in a colligative property. And so that here we can definitely say, in case of electrolytes there is increase in a number of ions, increase in a number of particle, and due to that there is always increase in a colligative property value. And so that on comparative study with electrolytic and non-electrolytic solution, we can definitely say that for electrolytic solution, colligative properties are higher than that of the non-electrolytic solution. But here there is one another thing. No doubt colligative properties are high, that is the another thing. But in case of molar mass, due to dissociation, those electrolytic solute get dissociated into ions, and that's why there is decrease in a molar mass. There is no association, there is dissociation, and due to that dissociation, what happened, there is decrease in a molar mass, increase in a colligative property but decrease in a molar mass. Whereas in case of non-electrolyte, there is no dissociation, there is no ionization, there is no ion formation, subparticle formation, and that's why there is no decrease in a molar mass. And so that on comparative study of electrolytic and non-electrolytic solution, molar mass of the non-electrolytic solution, molar mass in case of non-electrolytic solution of the solute always greater than that of the electrolytic solution. These are the most important concept regarding the electrolytic and non-electrolytic solutions. So keep in your mind, this is also very important term regarding your studies. This is about the osmotic pressure and all colligative properties. To understand all these concepts, watch this video again and again and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then you will get the clear idea about the solution and its component and its classification and its mathematical expressions. So have a nice day for today's lecture. In next lecture we are going to finish this chapter with a degree of dissociation and the relationship. There is one another mathematical expression between degree of dissociation and want of factor. because there is one important concept in this chapter remains, which is known as want of factor, which is denoted by the I. So for today's lecture it is sufficient. So have a nice day. Thank you.